Mahābhārata is one of two great Indian epics. We aren't told these stories as myths. We're told them as if, oh, remember when that happened? You know, that they're really an active history and an active part of our story.
Well, what's unique about this production of the Mahābhārata, in part, is that it's a one-person show. And Jay Jha is that one person telling this ancient epic 12 times as long as the Odyssey in one night.
This is how the story has been told since it was written. The first person who actually wrote it, Vyasa, did that himself. He picked out these stories from a river and decided to call it the Mahābhārata. And then he let it go down the river. And it collected more stories and more stories and more stories. So every teller actually needs to figure out which stories he wants to tell and call it the Mahābhārata. So I am just following the ancient tradition of picking those stories and telling you.
We're focusing on stories and points of views of stories that in our childhoods weren't told to us.
It is the excavation of stories that nobody really pays attention to in this epic, which has been around for so many thousands of years. And all you need to do is look, and it is telling you these stories. And that's all we did. We started looking.
When they first asked me to do the project, I was like, no, I can't do that. That's impossible, and I don't have enough time. But the thing that drew me to it was Jay and what an unusual performer they are, and that I felt like their voice was a voice that I understood uniquely and that I wanted to honor and bring forward.
But what is really interesting for me is the varying levels of starting points that folks are going to come with, and the varying levels of identification that people will have with aspects of the story that both the experts and the amateurs will be listening to. Both of them will listen to the Mahābhārata, and both of them will listen to different stories in the same telling. And that's what this Mahābhārata is.